Hello, hi, this is Drew MB Universe, and if you're watching this, this is a update of sorts to things that might come to pass. All right, how do I start this? Since these is updates, I'm just kind of shooting the shit, and I'm just gonna just say whatever comes on my mind. If you're watching this and you are a person who enjoys my reactions and is a little bit bummed that I'm not doing reactions anymore, let me give you some hope. Let's say. All right, due to my job and how successful it is for a recently graduate college student such as myself, I am able to obtain lots of money that I wasn't able to gain while working a day job, as you would know. So, with the added money I compiled together while also making sure I can pay for my rent and other necessities that I need to survive in life, I have accumulated enough money to build my own personal computer. And apparently, from what Josh has told me, this thing is a step above what he has, and let's just say his computer is really fucking good. So, since that is the case, and it's a very powerful computer, I have something that's really good that's not this shitty ass the laptop that I currently have. As you would know, or if you don't, let me tell you here now, the reason why I stopped doing reactions is one, lack of motivation. Reactions just aren't fun to do anymore like they used to be back in the past where it was just all for funsies. But ever since YouTube gets more and more complicated into its systems and what it can and cannot accept, like how my Steven Universe movie reaction was A-OK for a long period of time, then it got taken down. I appealed it. The appeal went through. Then the same people took it down again, but this time I got a copyright strike. Really was the final nail in the coffin to have me say, fuck doing reactions. I'm done with this shit. I'm just going to just enjoy the fact that I have fans / subscribers already, and whoever is the most dedicated can stick around if they wish, and while I just do my own personal shit, and that's it, and that's about it. But if you guys really just miss my reactions, because as I was doing my own personal stuff, I had people constantly ask me to do reactions to things. I don't know if they didn't get the memo that I already said I'm not doing reactions anymore, or they're just that desperate into wanting. Desperate is a harsh word because when these people I know these people through my comment sections all the time. I don't want to frame them as desperate people. No, either they just really want, not in a desperate sense, just really want to see my reactions again because they like how I react to things. They need to understand. If you're watching this, you have to understand that I stopped because I was just frustrated in dealing with YouTube. However, with this new computer that's coming up, along with a drawing tablet that I'm buying, I'm going to be able to A, work from home, and B, I'm going to have access to Adobe products with my connections with Rooster Teeth. I can use my connection with them to use Adobe products without having to spend $500 or $60 a month for it, as long as I'm working there, you know. So since I'll be able to use that, I'm also going to have access to Premiere. And if you don't know what Premiere is, I don't know how, but let's just say Premiere is way better than the current stuff that I'm using to edit my videos. I think one of the primary reasons why I stopped doing reactions is because doing the rendering process is strenuous and retarded on my computer. Whenever I do a rendering process on any reaction, it takes about 2 hours or something like that. My computer is yelling the entire time, being like, "I'm so hot! Stop rendering stuff," because it's not that powerful to render that long period of time. And then, just so you know, when I am rendering something and an hour went by, it just crashes, and thus making it so I have to restart the entire process. That means it's not 2 hours, it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 5, 6. It just keeps going on and on for one fucking video that's only like 10 minutes long. So it's like, I'm done. But with Premiere, it'll be one, way faster, two, much more efficient, and three, with a more powerful computer, it can handle that type of rendering process regardless of the program that I'm using. So with that being stated, when I get my components and when I make my new computer and when I get all this shit together and when I have a significant better workplace and more powerful stuff to call my own, it is plausible that I will be doing reactions again because it will just be easier for me. The only things I'll have to deal with is this YouTube's bullshitting and taking down my stuff. However, since I still have a copyright strike, no reaction until that copyright strike is done. Because, guys, you've been with me for a long time. You know that I lost an entire channel that was almost up to a lot of fucking subscribers, and I got taken down, and all of it's gone. All my reactions to that are ceased. Dan versus reactions, gone. Early versions of other reactions I was doing, gone. That sort of stuff, gone. And that still bothers me to this very day, even though it's been several years. So until this copyright strike is gone, and I'm currently in 100% good standing and not in risk of getting a second one, I'll get back probably into reactions. Maybe. This is a huge maybe, because again, motivation is key here. If I do not feel like doing reactions, because frankly enough, doing reactions don't feel accomplishing for me. It doesn't feel like I'm really delving into something that I personally want to do in life. But since I'm at Rooster Teeth doing stuff over there, it's stuff that I was aiming to do since I was a little babu. So, duh. So I'm only making this update video for the people who constantly still ask me to do reactions and letting you know that there is hope for you in seeing me do reactions, but understand that I'm not doing it because of these set of reasons, and why I'm not doing it now because of these set of reasons. I want it, like, there's nothing I want more than to continue to give you guys content that you asked for. And if it's reactions, you know, that basic stuff, then yeah, I'll see if I can do it. But also know this, and hopefully this also intrigues you even in the slightest degree, because I'm pretty sure it probably does, since you guys have shown in multiple occasions to actually care about me as a person. I'm only saying it like that because I do know some people who only look at me as the reaction dude and never want to look at any of the other stuff that I actually do put more effort into. When I get my new computer and I get my drawing tablet, I will do my best to actually put up more animation / storyboarding content from my original stuff. You know, the RWBY fights that I did a long time ago. I want to get back into those. I have way more fights in my head. I even have scripts of them already done on my DeviantArt right now, and I really want to put that in an actual format. Probably not animation like it used to be, but at least animatic format, because I frankly do not have enough energy at the end of the day to do that. All my effort of animating or storyboarding stuff has just been to the wayside in Rooster Teeth. So whenever I get home, I'm just kind of like drawed out, since I got to go back there tomorrow and do the exact same thing, and I have a deadline, which is more pressuring and shit like that. So when I get all this stuff, not only will maybe reactions come back, also me putting out animation-like content. It's very weird to call it animation, because to tell you the absolute truth, if you want the honest-to-goodness truth about me as a person, I personally don't find myself to be an animator. Even though I've been going out my life to be to try and be an animator, but a part of me feels like I can never truly be an animator because I don't feel like whatever I do can be considered animation. It's just like advanced storyboarding, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. It's close to animation, but if you look at other people's animations, it's clearly animation. But when you look at mine, and it's how basic it is and how by the numbers on certain aspects of what characters do, yeah, it's storyboarding, but like better than the average storyboard that you see. That's sort of it. What my main call to life is storytelling. That's why whenever I draw my original story, it's not really the art that I'm trying to perfect. It's the way I'm telling the story and the characters and what they do and how they interact with one another. That's what really interests me, and which is why I sometimes try to put my own input in the death battle scripts and certain fights that we do. Because when a character does something and it feels like it's not really trustworthy to the character, or maybe I put in something that is more fitting to the character, or reference something that character had or did a thing. One of my favorite things that I saw in Thanos vs. Darkseid, that fantastic season finale, was the fact that they referenced the Thanos copter. Only if you knew like the true history of Thanos, you would know about the frickin' Thanos copter. And I love the Thanos copter, and the fact that he used that, it made me happy. Stuff like that I want to try to do in certain fights, and also just express the character more. One of the main reasons why I liked Might Guy versus All Might was because you kept the personalities intact. You didn't have this one get angry at the one guy because he accidentally kicked his dog or some shit. No, you actually had it be like a pretty friendly bout until it just escalated. That sort of stuff. Me as a story writer, I love that sort of shit. So to preface everything I just said in this little mini update, I'm getting a personal computer. It's a very powerful computer, so I'm pretty sure if I run Premiere on it, it's going to be very good, meaning that rendering videos will not be much of a hassle. Since it won't be much of a hassle, it might be more incentivizing me to do reactions again. And by doing reactions again, I mean doing mainly things that aren't really copyright heavy, because thanks to YouTube and its copyright system, and also this new goddamn fucking COPA Act that's going off right now. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been saying curse words off the reg like throughout this entire thing. That's very much intentional because fuck COPA. So just know when I do reactions again, I'm more than likely gonna turn off my child safety lock that I usually keep on because of reactions to MLP and stuff like that. But since it's pretty much supposed to be predicated that children should be watching this fucking content anyway, I should already know that most people are fine with words like that. So I'm just gonna say it outright. I'm gonna use my personality and speak that I usually have with my friends when we're just when we're with each other. So know that that's going to be a thing, and if it is a thing, I'll let you guys know in another update video. I'm only saying it now because I'm going to continue doing my regular my story recap, my story analysis breakdown stuff, and I'm just trying to stop the comments of telling me to react to something when right now, currently, not doing that anymore. My channel is basically dead in forms of reaction content, and I'm okay with losing subscribers because I'm no longer in a reaction dude. But I came into YouTube knowing that one day this is gonna happen. Knowing one day, once I achieve the goal of mine when I get out of college, that YouTube will be so minuscule that I just have to deal with whatever I lose. I didn't even expect to get this many people, period. I was one of those guys that feel like I was going to be one of those people online that gets to like 7 subscribers max, 3 of them being part of their family type of deal. But since, you know, reactions were a big thing back in the day, and reacting to the MLP was also a big thing back in the day, and I'm just like a remnant of that, I'm still relatively bigger than I expected to, and also I know pretty big YouTubers themselves. Well, know is a very strong word, more like associated with them, and they know I exist, so that's good enough for me, kind of deal. Especially, you know, if you want to count in Death Battle and Rooster Teeth as a whole, which makes me pretty bigger than I actually expected. But that's beside the fact that now that I know that I have people who want to see more of me in a particular way, I need to somehow, sometimes, give that to you guys. And in a way, it's not just because I feel as though that I owe y'all anything. It's more of just a matter of which me as a person feels as though I need to do that, because it does feel good to give something that you guys want because I am able to give it to you. Does that make sense? Am I making sense in this video? Because right now, again, when it comes to these stupid update videos, I'm just shooting the shit. I'm just saying what's on my mind without really giving too much thought into it, hoping that I'm making enough sense to allow you guys to understand me. So, yeah. So, new computer. By the way, all this time talking about a new computer. I'm probably getting it at the end of the month with the tablet. I'm also thinking about getting another desk because this desk kind of sucks. So once I get the new computer, once Josh helps me build it, because I don't know shit about building computers, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. Even I'll either make an update video or make it a community tab. Like take a picture of the setup and post that picture up on a community tab to let you guys know that, hey, the shit's here. Possibilities are endless or very limited, but a lot more extensive than beforehand. But the whole thing here is I had this computer for 3 years, and it's already showing its age. And I didn't expect it to actually be this bad after 3 years. Like I thought it would last like way longer, but technology eludes me sometimes. But in the end, this thing is showing its age. It needs to get an upgrade, and when by upgrade, I mean get replaced outright and probably sold at a pawn shop or something like that. Then again, I do have use for this thing sometimes, being on the go and whatnot. Can't bring an entire setup of computer with me when I'm going to New Orleans and stuff like that. So just keeping it around until it goes kaput 100% is definitely with me right now. Plus, buying it wasn't actually that bad. If I remember, so if it does break with my salary at this point, I can just get another one and it wouldn't even be that bad. Unlike building this computer that was over like $1,000 fucking bucks. So, yeah. So all that stuff, I just said is supposed to give the people who want me to do reactions hope that I will be doing reactions. Let people know who already understand that I'm not doing reactions that, hey, this bonus may be coming, and also the possibility that it actually wouldn't. And also people who care about me as a whole understand that I'm gonna have the chance to do animations and animatics again. Because those happen to get a lot of views, I've noticed. My Rexico animatic, my Hero Academia animatic, and my even my first animatic that I ever posted on this channel got over 1,000 views, which again is like 998 people more than I expected to actually watch when I posted on YouTube. So doing that sort of stuff does gain traction, and plus due to all the times that people at Rooster Teeth said that I am very fast. I am very fast when it comes to doing storyboards and stuff. So if that is in fact true, I'll be able to get these particular things out at a reasonable point in time without you having to wait that long. The whole deal that I was doing in the past when it comes to my animations and reactions and stuff like that, I was working on very limited hardware. I did it because it was a hobby, and it was because it was kind of fun, and it was a little bit lucrative because while I wasn't making like big bucks or anything, having $100 come in every 4 months, it was definitely a nice thing to have for a little bit. And yeah, and of course, it just falls back on to the fact that you guys are around. If you guys wouldn't even, again, if I had like 6 subscribers, I would not literally be here right now. Like, in more ways than one. If you've been on my New Year's live stream, you would know it's more ways than one that I wouldn't be here right now. So yeah. Is there anything I'm missing? Is there any other fucking random topic I can come up with to make this even longer than it has to be? Because everyone knows when you have a Do You Want to Be a Universe update, it has to have something revolving around random shit that happened in his life, but also maybe some personal matters that make you want to feel sad about me as a person. But trust me, ever since getting into Rooster Teeth, I haven't had a single time of a depression overload. So I think that is there's no coke here. There's no coke in that. I think that is a win on my book. In my book, so yeah, I think that should be it. I think that should be it. So once I get my new computer, expect something. Don't expect reactions, but expect something. And if it is reactions, congratulations, you've waited properly for me to do reactions again. Besides, I want to continue using my intro. I haven't been able to use that much, and it took like 3 hours to animate that, and I was like, it really sucks. I'm never not using this anymore. So anyway, so this is Do You Want to Be a Universe? I'll hopefully see you guys next time in a reaction video, because reaction videos is what made this channel what it is today. And if it wasn't for reactions, I'd basically be a nobody, probably doing crack or doing blow, or are those the same thing? I don't know drugs. So this is, again, Do You Want to Be Universe? See you guys next time. Later.